National politics now. Huge crowds for Vice President Kamala Harris and Tim Walz on their first full day of campaigning together. Tonight, Harris was interrupted by anti-Israel protesters. Here's what happened next.
You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
A rare unscripted moment, the crowd clearly on her side there. Harris and Walz looking to keep their campaign momentum going with a pair of swing state rallies. They appeared in Detroit. Earlier in the day, they were in Wisconsin. At 6 o'clock, we talked with Peter Hamby of Puck News and Snapchat, who offered his take on the state of the race.
Irrational exuberance, as David Axelrod called it the other day, is not to be underestimated. The Harris-Walz campaign has now raised probably about $40 million since that pick was announced just yesterday. That's on top of the $300 million that Harris has raised in July. So yeah, all the momentum is actually with Democrats. That is objectively true at this point.
An interesting thing happened. Former President Trump's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, crossing paths with Harris's plane on the tarmac in Wisconsin, reportedly saying he wanted to see what Air Force Two would look like when he takes office. Vance approached the VP's press pool and criticized her for running a so-called basement campaign and avoiding interviews.
But it is interesting that J.D. Vance is out there. He's doing what they call bird dogging in campaigns, where you kind of follow somebody around, do a press conference, and attack them. It is a little strange that Donald Trump is completely off the trail. He is a unique media figure. He doesn't necessarily need to be out there doing rallies all the time. He doesn't have a rally till Friday night in Montana, which, last time I checked, not a battleground state.
We're now just 90 days away until the election day. Of course, early voting starts significantly before that.
And a lot of people didn't know who Walz is.
Yeah, 70–80% of the country had no idea who he was, and there's probably 10% that are lying there. So this guy is a complete unknown for most, and these few days right now really setting him up in people's mind. That's why Democrats and Republicans are working so hard to define him.
He's got to get out there.
And he clearly is getting out there. Arizona and Nevada tomorrow.